February, the month of romance, candlelit dinners, and brutally smashing bugs. That's right, love is in the air, so in true grounded fashion, we're giving the bugs of the backyard a good embrace with our weapon straight to the face. That means redecorating the backyard with 50 shades of bug guts. So what's new in the season of love and carnage? Well, it wouldn't be Valentine's Day without some chocolate. Meet the chocolate Smoochies. During February, some of the yard's tastiest treats, apples, billy hogs, cookie sandwiches, and donuts will have a chance to instead spawn in as a chocolate Smoochie, which are giant chocolate lips. You'll need a tier 2 hammer to break open those delicious treats. Now, in the theme of Valentine's Day, let me be the first to say, get to smashing. Now, what do you get when you crack open one of these sweet treats? Well, each one can drop 5 Smoochie Chunks, but there's also a 5% chance you'll get something else. You can also get the Valentine's Fortune Trinket, which is a tier 2 trinket that gives you 8 health every time you kill a creature. That's right, spread the love by violently removing bugs from existence and you'll get rewarded with sweet, life-giving energy. But there's a catch, no ranged weapons are allowed. You gotta get up close and personal for that little love tap, a direct critical hit straight to the mandibles. Now, 8 health per kill doesn't seem like much, so enter the ultimate self-healing loadout. Step 1, your weapon, the bloodthirsty love tap. To become a love heal juggernaut, you need a weapon that hits hard and heals harder. You've got 2 contenders in the tier 3 lifesteal arena. First up is the tier 3 tiger mosquito weapon, which grants 6% lifesteal per hit. Then when it comes to the attack pattern, it deals 19 damage on hit 1, 35 damage on hit 2, and 57 damage on hit 3 for a total combo damage of 111. So that means when it comes to total lifesteal, each combo will net you 6.66 health. Wait, 666? Yep, that number's cursed. We definitely don't need that in our lives, so throw that thing as far away as possible. Now let's get over to the real weapon, and I'm referring to the Tick tier 3 weapon, which grants 6% lifesteal, which is similar to that of the previous weapon, but it hits harder. Its attack pattern is 23 damage on hit 1, 46 damage on hit 2, and 69 damage on hit 3, for a total combo damage of 138. But you can actually crank it up even farther by upgrading it down the mighty path, which gives the final hit an extra 10% increase in damage, meaning the final hit now does 75.9 damage, so the total combo damage goes up to 144.9 damage. And that results in a total lifesteal of 8.69 health per combo. The Tick weapon heals for 30% more than the tiger mosquito weapon, making it the superior suck the life out of your enemy's choice. Then step 2 is your armor. You want to get all wrapped up in love and Ladybug Chitin. So to turbocharge this healing build, slap on some Ladybug Armor and go down the sleek path, because this armor boosts all healing effects, including lifesteal, when you upgrade it down the sleek path. Also, if you have the full set bonus, blocking will trigger passive health regeneration, meaning every perfect block is a free love potion for your health bar. So essentially every bug in this backyard has just become a pit stop to heal your health. They hit you, you block, you heal. You hit them, you heal. Now, even though the Love Fortune Trinket is cool because it's a holiday themed item, it's not actually the best trinket for this build. You only heal from the trinket when a creature dies, so when fighting tough opponents or bosses which have high health, you really will only see the heal proc when you defeat their minions. So there definitely are better trinket options for this build, which I will get into in just a moment. However, if you do want the Love Fortune Trinket for collection's sake, then definitely make sure you farm up those chocolates, as it will only drop during the month of February. Now let's discuss other ways to improve this build, and then we will end off the video returning to the last of the February event items and what you want to actually do to prepare for the event in March. Now, when it comes to Thor's Pendant, for this build though, if you want to go full-blown overpowered, then it's probably the best bet, as it gives you increased health regeneration, increased critical hit chance and damage, so more damage means more healing, and then a flat 10% increase in healing overall. So if you combine the crit buffs, the lifesteal, and the healing boost, you'll be regenerating like crazy. There are 2 other trinkets that you could consider for this build, and that's the Compliance Badge and the Health and Safety Badge, which both can heal you either off of blocks or combo attacks, but they make you take 45% increased damage, or cause your resistances to be lowered by 45%. If you can perfect block every single time, then they can definitely be great. But Thor's Pendant basically provides bonuses to nearly every single stat, so it makes it a great overall badge to use regardless of what activity you're doing. Now, continuing with the build, you also want to use the Fire Ant Shield. This shield is a chance when you block to debuff the enemy and cause them to take 15% more damage for the next 10 seconds. And knowing that bosses get damage resistance during their fights, and the farther into the fight you go, the more resistance they get, well, the more you can reduce. There is a limit, however, on how much you can actually reduce their overall damage resistance. Then for mutations, you want to focus on survivability and keeping your DPS up. You want to take the Meat Shield mutation for the extra 50 health, then Blade Master, as it will reduce the damage enemies deal to you and removes your exhaustion timer so you can keep your DPS up. Then you'll have some options. Parry Master is great to constantly keep your stamina in top shape, but you can also opt to take Corporate Kickback, which has a 5% chance to convert blocked attacks into massive lifesteal. When it procs, you'll heal equal to the amount of damage that you dealt over the previous 5 seconds. You can also take Coup de Grace for the increased crit chance and Trapper Peepar for the crit damage. The Tick weapon already has one of the lower attack stats for tier 3 weapons, so increasing crit can help increase the overall damage, which in turn increases how much you can heal. So the final verdict is, when you put it all together, you hit, you heal, you block, you heal, you crit, you heal even harder. They try to run, they die, and you heal again. So you got lots of options here when it comes to the heal build. Now, why play a lifesteal build? Well, honestly, it eliminates downtime when needing to heal. At face value, it has less DPS than other builds. However, I'm sure everyone's had an instance where they look to try and heal and they just suddenly feel like they don't have a window, and you put yourself in a bad situation because you're stressed about trying to heal before you re-engage in battle. You also have to stop attacking in order to heal or buff yourself. If you're great at perfect parrying and you never take damage, then yes, there are definitely better builds. But if you like the fact that you can just purely focus on combat and balance aggression with defense, then this is a very fun build. For me personally, my go-to mutations for this build are Blade Master, Parry Master, Coup de Grace, Trapper Peepar, and Corporate Kickback. I dropped the extra health because I always have Stam with both Blade Master and Parry Master, and then more damage from the crits means more heals, and then when I'm blocked with Corporate Kickback, then I attack and I can get the crit to proc, so I can heal an insane amount. The extra health is definitely the safer option, but not needed if you can block well. So if you like the idea of consuming your enemy's life force and using it as your source of strength, then this is definitely an enjoyable build. And of course, lastly, don't forget about your buffs. If you want to get tankier, then ensure you consume something like a Black Ox meal or Fuzz on the Rocks. And if you want to amplify your damage, which means more heals, then consider making a Spider Slider or drinking Liquid Rage. Alright, now let's head on back over to the chocolate treats. Once you break open that chocolate and get the Smoochie Chunks, you can make yourself some Cupid arrows. It's basically just a special feather arrow variant that doesn't just deal damage, but they brainwash your enemies with the power of love. When struck, your target will have a chance to turn on its former bug buddies and start fighting for you. Nothing says romance like enjoying a cinematic family feud. Quick, someone grab the popcorn. Now, I told you in the beginning we would be talking about March. In March, you can craft the Lucky Hat, which will need rainbow chocolate chunks, which are not available until March. But you also need some chocolate to craft the hat. So make sure you hold off on devouring all that sweet chocolatey goodness for those extra speed boosts, and ensure you keep a few on hand so you have them available come March. Now, if you are still interested in wanting to find the Valentine's Fortune trinket just for collection purposes, and you're struggling to do so, just remember that each node is not predetermined. The 5% chance of finding it doesn't take place until after the node has been broken. Meaning, if you want to save scum to acquire the trinket, you could certainly do so and no one's gonna judge you. And then also, if you don't get a chance to obtain it during the month of February, just remember you can change your system settings to be February, so you'll have more opportunities to go through and farm this item until you can actually find it. So there you have it. This Grounded Valentine's event is all about smashing chocolate lips for loot, building a lifesteal monster build so strong you make the vampires jealous, and brainwashing bugs with love arrows for your own entertainment. Sounds like a perfect day in February. Now, if you enjoyed the video, then get to smashing. I am referring to the chocolate, of course.